discontinued for 2017, and what a damn shame it is. Folks, what we have here is a Cold Steel Talwar G10. This is a 4-inch model, both of these are. 3.75 inch blade length, 5¼ inch handle length for 9 inches overall. These two are newer production, post 2015, when we got the steel upgrade from OS 8A to Carpenter's CTS XHP, which is a powder metallurgy stainless steel. There's two schools of thoughts on this steel, and the first one is that it's a high carbon, high hardenability 440C, like a super 440C, and I can see that. The other train of thought is that it's a high corrosion resistant because of the higher chromium content and a few other small changes. It's a high corrosion resistant D2, and I love D2, so that's fantastic. I like 440C. I'm not going to boo-hoo 440C. For those that are old enough, it wasn't too many years ago that 440C was the wonder steel on the market. We all remember it if you were into knives at the time. So I'm not going to boo-hoo 440C too much. Alright. What you're looking at is a trailing point blade style. This is a typical, what I would call a rising point, trailing point, Indo-Persian blade style, but it's the rise is very mild, so you're not venturing into the over Persian-y world of just sort of campy or just wacky blade shapes. It's a very utilitarian blade, a very acute point. All right. It is fairly thin, so I wouldn't be prying with it, but if you need to dig in something soft with it, you could. It has a very fine point. Lots of belly, okay? Right here, this is going to open something up right here in any type of slashing move. With any technique approaching remotely good, this is going to open up a huge wound channel, and this is a wide blade. Alright, you've got just a short distance of flat straight edge here, and the good thing is as good as you can choke up on the handle, you can come forward, alright, and use this as sort of a pseudo choil here, so you can really get up on anything that you want to cut and do some fine cutting. Alright, you're going to go into that handle again. Is coarse brick textured G10, common to Cold Steel's tactical folders. It is fairly coarse, but it's not the nightmare that the girly hand guys say it is. Just a few little modifications will fix the pocket shredding, and I wouldn't take this coarseness away for anything. I love the way it feels in the hand. It really grabs a hold of your skin. Alright, like I say, 2 slabs of G10, no liners, and this knife is not flexible, it's not flimsy, it feels as high quality as anything on the market, regardless of handle material. It just feels like G10. Okay, just like your $300 Riate titanium knife is strong and it feels like titanium. Okay, both strong, 2 different materials, both equally as good at their price point. Alright, ambidextrous pocket clip, it's tip up only, and they do give you 2 separate pocket clips since you do have a radius here and you have to match that reverse for the other side. Alright, now I want to show you something about this handle. Look at this. This knife, whoever designed this knife, designed it for me. That's all there is to it. Look at the way my fingers are falling on this handle. I just made my natural grip. That's a thumb forward grip. My natural grip on that knife. Now if I want to close that grip up, you're not getting that out of my hand. Okay? You better destroy my hand to get that out of there. Alright, my hand is not going to pull off backwards. It's not going to go forwards and slide up on the blade. It is where I want. And then in a thumbs forward, alright, my offensive grip, I have very good tip control and very good feel for my cutting edge. Okay? Because when I'm struggling with somebody, I can't look to see where my cutting edge is. I need to have a good feel for that from the grip of the handle, and I do. This grip is ergonomically perfect for my hands. Okay? And I imagine it would be just as good for anyone with medium to large size hands. Now that said, yeah, big hands are going to fit on this knife. Okay? You're just going to be a little more squeezed in between the choil and what acts as a bird's beak in the back. Right? People with small hands may find an extra use if you have small enough hands to where you can move within this handle and use this second choil as a first choil and hold this knife like this. Now, you have gotten that much more reach. Okay? You still are locked into that knife. You close that grip. Okay? Look at that. Okay? That is total coverage. You couldn't grip it any better than that. Okay? And you get the extra reach to go with it, and that's fantastic. So, if this thing would have had a whacked out Space Invader, Final Fantasy, Dungeon Quest, Blade style, the handle would have still been 110% win. Okay? There's no more win than 110%, because you got to win, and then you got to take 10% of somebody else's win too. That's fucking winning right there, and that's what this handle shape does. All right, I mean, just the overall, everything about this knife, I love it. I love it. And like I say, they've been, this entire line, this model and the 5.5 inch model, have been discontinued for 2017. So you better get out there and shop around for these. Now I bought these both from a dealer on eBay, and I cannot remember the guy's name. I'll try to get it into the comments, but I order on Friday and typically get it on Monday. Alright, that's how fast this guy gets his stuff into shipping. Okay, he must work at the post office and got the crap there, because that's how fast he gets his stuff out. I've been 100% satisfied with him. I'll put his name there. And I think both, they were well under $100. Well under $100. Both of them in the $80 to $85 range. With the CTS XHP. Super strong triad lock. Grippy, thick, strong, beefy G10. Ambidextrous pocket clip. The best working wave feature that I've ever come across. I'm sorry, Ernest. We'll always thank you for that feature, but man, this thing, it grabs so good, you can't take it out of your pocket without waving it open. Alright? You have got to consciously remove it from your pocket in a specific way to keep from waving it open. That's pretty good performance. Alright, just be careful when you're around the sheeple who think anything meaner than a butter knife is something that only a killer would carry. Keep that in mind and take a look at that. And let's take a look at this blue G10, because it's a whole different vibe right here. Alright, this Saturday night right here, buddy. Look at that satin finish. That's pretty high polish on that satin finish. I like that pretty well, but let me tell you what, you walk through the house, it sucks fingerprints out of the air. You don't even touch it. I'm not even touching it. It's going to have 50 fingerprints on it. I've only got 5 fingers on that hand. Go figure. But it is pretty. And that blue G10, just as coarse as the OD. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Alright. Now, speaking of that G10 on the handle, we're going to talk about this handle modification. You do not need to add anything to your handle to slick it down, coat it up, gum it around, or whatever to fix this problem. And I will say, okay, I don't like the boo-hoo stuff like weight and grippy handles and blade length, things like that, because I'm a manly man and I don't give a crap about that stuff. But this thing was hard to get out of your pocket to the point where it interfered with drawing the knife in anything less than a perfect situation, i.e. you're just standing around and you want to pull it out of your pocket. Any martial use of this blade will be impeded by how grippy the handle and the pocket clip grab a hold of your pocket. Okay, so this is what you do. I'm going to take that pocket clip off. I don't know what size those screws are. I already forgot. You'll figure it out. Alright, take that pocket clip off. The area immediately under, you cannot even tell on this knife, but immediately under that pocket clip where it touches, right there, right here, alright, we're going to tape an area, all four sides around here, to make an open box that is the width of that contact point. Alright, you leave the tape on it, take the pocket clip off. Alright, make sure that tape is firmly affixed, it's smoothed down, and then you're going to take some light grit. I think I used 225, 250, somewhere in that range, grit sandpaper, and you're going to sand that open window in your tape. You're not going to sand outside the tape, not going to sand front and back of the tape, just the open window on the inside, because that excuse me, that is your contact point that is causing that hard extraction from your pocket. Okay, all of this is not your contact point. You don't have to smooth the whole side of this knife. Okay, you're only taking away from the design. You just need to smooth out that contact point. Alright, that has been done. You can't even tell. Alright, and it comes out of the pocket 100% better with no damage to your pocket. Okay, and that is the mod that you do for Cold Steel's Course G10. Alright guys, well, let's keep this under 10 minutes. I think we've already blown it, but that's it. Cold Steel 4-inch Talwar in G10 CTS XHP blade steel, discontinued for 2017. Alright, buy them right now before the prices get jacked up. Get them before they're gone, because I think these are going to be missed, and I think that we're going to see a slight rise in the secondary market price. Alright, good day and God bless to all of you.